Rubies family. We are here at the live stream and podcast center of. Hi, good morning.
Morning.
Happy Halloween. It's almost there. I was on my walk today, and I was like, "Wow, the leaves are changing very quickly.
Very quickly.
Wow, it's cold out. Wow," and I'm like, but I enjoyed it. I'm not to the point. This is the point that I don't know if it's achievable. I don't know if it's possible, but I've heard of it. But people that say like they enjoy working out, like they get this high, they get this buzz. Haven't got that ever. And then the other, remember Coach Dwayne?
Yeah.
What did he say about food?
It's fuel.
Food is fuel.
Yeah.
I want to get to that level. Like I just look at food like I just need it because I need fuel. I want to get is that the pinnacle? Would that be it's internal. It's an internal.
So I would like my food to be like my intake, the way that I eat, the way that I sleep, the way that I have fun, to all be under God's design.
I want to be a machine.
No, I'd like it to be in order under God's design. Like
Yeah.
It can get a little disordered.
Yeah.
So yeah, I hear you. It makes sense.
But that like I can't make that happen. I can't. Like I'll have to wake up one day and be like,
well, you can pray. You can ask God.
Yeah, but maybe it'll never happen. Maybe that will never happen. Maybe I'll never look at food like a rabbit does.
Maybe.
Like
that's quite possible.
A goose. Do you see the goose? They eat because it's fuel for their winter. They're not like going to the sushi buffet. Nope. Yep. All right. What day is it? The 30th? It's your day to read. Right. Aren't we all lucky? September the 30th, the end of the month. There's only 30 days in September. I don't remember that ever. I just know that.
So this one's a story.
I love stories.
Once there was a man whose beloved wife was transformed from the charming girl he had married into a sodden drunkard. She suffered from a disease called alcoholism, and neither of them knew it. He was always angry and frustrated because he couldn't make her stop drinking, and the more he tried, the worse she felt about it, and the more she drank. She was full of guilt and self-reproach because she left everything to him. He had to get the children ready for school, do the shopping, cook the meals, and clean the house. Then one day, somebody told him about Al-Anon. Although he knew his case was hopeless, he thought he'd try it anyway. As he read and asked questions and listened at meetings, he found he could get some perspective on his problems. When he learned his wife had a disease, compulsive drinking, he stopped blaming himself for not being able to control her. He realized the children resented him because he was often cross and unreasonable, and that they loved Mama because she never scolded, and they knew instinctively she was sick. He began to consider his own needs for rest, quiet, and a bit of recreation, and arranged to have a housekeeper take over the home chores. He made many changes, but especially in his attitude toward the alcoholic. After a spell of rebellion and resistance, she saw that she would have to get help. One day, she asked him to take her to an AA meeting. That's our reading for today.
That's a beautiful story. That's the addicted life.
Yes.
And really the tension of like, I want you to be better, but then you don't want to be better, or you say you do. And isn't that what enmeshment and codependency is? I want more out of this relationship than you have to offer. And I think at the end, it's both of them said, am I beyond human aid? Is my problem too big? I don't even know what my problem is, but there are too many problems. They are so big and I'm beyond human aid. And I think that's a great place to get into when you're in a relationship, when you're in an addicted relationship, when you're in your addiction is, am I beyond human aid? Like my food and my fuel. It's like, yeah, like I'm not going to change that on my own. And I don't even know if it has to. Maybe it will never. And it doesn't even matter because
until the doctor tells you your arteries are clogged.
Yeah, and then I'll do something different. But but I think that's
what happens to a lot of people. All of a sudden at whatever age the doctor says you're going to need a triple bypass surgery if you don't change how you eat.
And
And then
you
some
get
of them change, and some of them wind up in surgery.
Am I beyond human aid? And that's the addicted relationship. And I think at the very beginning it said, what did she was a charming girl, like a charming girl. And then she turned into a sodden. What's sodden mean?
What does it sound like it means?
Miserable, a miserable drunk.
Could be.
Or sodden. I don't know what
Sodden is
Somebody
probably
Google that.
not as extreme as miserable, but sodden I think is like
unjoyful,
yes.
non-charming.
Yeah.
Discharming. And I think that's they're part of this disease is progressive.
Right.
And so we were talking about this yesterday. It's like, so can anybody turn into an alcoholic? I don't believe so. I can't eat enough peanuts and peanut butter for me to have a peanut butter allergy. So it's the same thing, is that we are born with it, but it develops as an abnormality that when I drink, it produces a craving for more. So that's not a normal reaction that you have.
Right.
You get full, you get tired, you get sleepy, you get super hungover, anxious, all those things. I don't get that. It produces a craving for me to have more, for my body to break it down, but it doesn't. And so, yeah, like I think for me, it started off as fun, I don't know if I was ever charming.
Oh, you sure tried to be.
That's a different conversation. No, I think I was quite charming.
You thought you were.
Puddles and grape crush. That's all I gotta say. I had you at throwing you in a puddle and giving you a grape crush. That's as charming as we got. But I know that it turned into soddenness. Whatever soddenness is, I turned a corner from this is fun and acceptance, and it's a good time, to like, this is miserable, it's controlling me. And it keeps on growing until we decide that I'm beyond human aid and I need help.
Yeah.
Oh, what a story. So if that's your story, where are you at the story? But the story can change, because that's what recovery is all about, is connecting with God that will change our lives, that will make the impossible possible, that will make your darkest corners illuminated, to give you hope and peace and a purpose. May you find that today. Amen.
Amen.
Bye, everybody.